Okay, so now the fun part's going to begin, and I'm going to introduce Nestor. So Nestor goes by Nestor the Boss Gomez. You may have heard of him on the radio. He's everywhere. But he was born in Guatemala, and he came to Chicago as an undocumented immigrant in the 1980s. He was 15 years old. He had a stutter, and he didn't know the language. So he felt like he had no voice. Now, today, Nestor's an American citizen, so congratulations for that. He speaks English, this is his words, not mine, but I'm sure it's true, with a sexy Latino accent. And he's become a storyteller. He's won the Moth. Do you guys know the Moth? All right, well, he is one of the mothiest people you know. He's won it close to 100 times. So I'm sure you can find recordings of him. And he says that now he has found his voice, which he certainly has. He has his own storytelling, I don't know what you would call it, but like a program, and it's called 80 Minutes Around the World, and it's a show that features the stories of immigrants, refugees, and the descendants and their allies. He's published a collection of stories about driving for Uber and Lyft titled, Your Driver Has Arrived, and you can visit him at nestorgomezstoryteller.com. You're going to enjoy just having him as part of this event. And I asked him, because he is storyteller extraordinaire, if he would start out this event with just a short little story. So he's going to do that for us. I keep looking around. I don't see him. Nestor, where are you? Oh, there we go. He snuck up on me. So thank you. And this is for you.
Thank you. So I have been telling stories for a while, for about 10 years now. And a couple of years ago, they invited me to a storytelling festival in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm like, okay, yeah, I've been doing this. I got it. I went to a high school and told stories. I went to a detention center and told stories. And then they told me, oh, you had to go to another school to tell stories. I'm like, no problem. I do this. I know what I'm doing. And I got there, and it was a classroom full of kindergarten kids. Exactly. For about half an hour, I tried to tell these kids a 6-minute story about my dogs that usually works really well with an older crowd. But I kept constantly interrupted with comments like, I have a cat! Or, I have a dog! And this little kid that kept saying, so I ignored that little kid. And then I remember that when I was a kid, I used to stutter. So I'm thinking, maybe he's stuttering and I should pay attention to him. So I asked him, yes, you want to say something? And he's like, I forgot what I was going to say. To be honest with you, little kids, kindergarten kids are my kryptonite. I don't know if it's because they see me and they see somebody almost the same height than them. So they don't see me as a teacher, as a storyteller. Or maybe because they get easily distracted. Or maybe it's because I get easily distracted when I see them eating their boogers. So I tried to tell them a story for about half an hour to not a bell. The bell rang, and the kindergarten went away, and I started thinking, maybe I should just go home, make an excuse that I need to go because my wife is sick, or that I have a stomach flu, maybe something. But I ran out of time before they brought the next class, which was another kindergarten class. I started telling them my story, and again they kept interrupting me, so I decided to try something new. When my kids were little, I told the kindergarten class, I taught them the ABCs. We know our ABCs too, they say, just like I knew they would. So I asked them, okay, you know your ABCs? Let me hear you sing the ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, E, H. They sang the ABCs. I let them finish, and then I say, very well, very well. That's not the ABC that I taught my kids. This is the ABC that I taught my kids. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. The ABC in Spanish. Does anybody here speak Spanish? I asked. A couple of kids raised their hands, just like I knew they would. because my people, La Raza, we're everywhere. So I asked the kids if they wouldn't mind coming to the front of the class to share the ABCs and the numbers in Spanish with the rest of the class. They came to the front of the class and it was amazing. My little immigrant heart was so happy because I remember that when I was younger, all the stories, all the lessons that I had at school were all about people that didn't sound or look like me. And now I was giving these immigrant kids a little bit of the representation I didn't have when I was younger. When the little ABC and the numbers ended, when the Spanish class that we were giving to the kids ended, I look at the time, we got 15 more minutes to go. What am I gonna do now? I thought to myself. But before I could think of anything, a little girl raised her hands. I know my numbers in Portuguese. And she came to the front of the class and shared her numbers in Portuguese. Then a little girl raised her hand. I know my numbers in Chinese. And 9 other kids joined her to the front of the class without even waiting for me to invite them. We even had a little girl that spoke Arabic. Before I knew it, the bell rang off and the kids went away. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. A teacher came over to me with tears in her eyes. She was all excited. She's like, that was amazing. I'm like, I know, I'm a storyteller. She's like, yes, but no. You see the little girl that raised her hand, that she spoke Portuguese? She's new in the class. Her parents just moved to the district. She's been in my classroom for 3 weeks. This is the first time we heard her speaking. The teacher started to cry, and I had to do my best not to start crying there. I ran out of the school. On my way home, I got to my car, and when I got to my car, I started to remember the faces of the little kids, so proud of themselves, and so eager and willing to share the story and the heritage with the rest of the class, and to share on the heritage of others. It was like a window into the future of the kind of country America should be. I started my car, and with tears in my face, I started to sing a little song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Thank you.